everyone. My apologies for being late. I just finished watching. I just finished watching today's episode. I could not do a live stream without seeing Sam and Jason finally interacting with each other after all this time. So just give it a few moments and get myself situated on this floor real quick. See, I always be losing the remote, and then I just can't stand it. I need to get some kind of tracker on that remote or something. Ooh. So while we wait, how are we feeling about Jason's return? Can anybody see me on my live? I don't have my usual laptop set up. Whew. Hey, just waiting to see if anybody else want to join the live before we get too deep into conversation. But I hope everyone has had a awesome week. Has had an awesome week so far. I'm praying for that. Definitely praying. Ooh, my nails look great. Yay. Hey everyone. Hey Ann Jeanette Burton. Hi. Hey Sandy. Just giving it a few minutes before we get into the discussion to see if anyone else wants to join in because we have a lot to talk about. How you like the writing so far? I think it's great. Look, I've been enjoying, I've definitely been, oh, hey, Andrew, thank you. I've definitely been enjoying the last week and a half. I'm fully caught up, at least from last Monday up until this Wednesday. So there's a lot to say. Hey, Shan. I hope everyone's been doing well. My apologies again for being late. I just had to finish today's episode because Sam and Jason finally came face to face, and we got to talk about it. Hey, Vitra. Hey, Rose. We definitely got to talk about it. Okay, so I know Jason is the main topic of discussion. Which aspect of Jason should we talk about? Should we talk about Jason and Sam first? Should we talk what should everything is just Jason. Hey, Beauty for Ashes. Hey, August Dreams. I feel like I can tell the difference in the change in the writing. I sure do. But there's so many aspects to this Jason story. And I guess what's on the tip of my tongue is Jason and Sam because that's what I just watched. Hey, Sharon. I'm so tired of Sunny and especially Sam. I've been seeing a whole lot of that. Sam is trash, Angel. You said all Jason Rose. Hey, Sabrina. So I guess, like I said, we're going to start with Jason and Sam because that's just the last thing I saw. Okay. Is everyone feeling that way about Sam right now? Or do we feel like Sam has a valid argument with what she said to Jason about, oh my gosh. And the conversation started off well. It was calm. I absolutely love him getting the note from Monica and how Jason is showing real emotion here. Yes. The conversation between Jason and Sam started so good. I'm so glad that she immediately believed him. So glad Danny never has to see his father. Yes, Blake. What? And did you see the look on Danny's face? Danny doesn't agree. Danny doesn't agree. He was kind of like, "What do you mean I don't have to see my father again?" Sam is completely personalizing how she feels about this. But is she completely wrong? Because she did. It's not like she didn't bring up valid points about Danny could be brought into this mess if it's found out that he helped his father. Also, just for Jason to tell Danny not to tell his mother about it. How would you feel as a mom and your hitman of an ex-husband came back from the dead and he's telling your son these things? Jason have saved so many times. It's crazy how he turned on him. She has right to be mad about him telling Danny to lie to her. I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was. I'm glad Sam says she believed him, and the part of me understands the anger and worry about Danny. But girl, Jason would do whatever it takes to protect them. I mean, that's why he turned himself in. However, given the optics of the situation, Sam told Jason some hard truths. Okay, Sharon, you get snaps for that, Sharon. Looking at the optics of this, we know what's going on as an audience. She needs to chill. we know what's going on at the as the audience, but even today's episode was just further proof of everyone in their speculations. Even Curtis was speculating about Jason. Him and Trina this week was saying that Jason could have possibly been the one to fire that shot at Curtis. What that was really meant for Sonny. I really am like just in awe about how all of this is coming like full circle with the Pikeman situation. I'm still not fully understanding that. I thought Pikeman was over, but I guess they tied it in. Do we like how do like where are we at with the Pikeman thing? Does everyone fully understand what's going on with that? Ask Jason where he's been, what's been going on for 2 years. No, she didn't. I think he made another comment. Sometimes they go really fast, so I seen an article that Dante might be leaving the soap. Does that mean Jason is going to jail and Steve Burton is leaving again? I haven't seen that Dante is leaving Daphne. I haven't seen that. I've seen rumors that Dante could possibly wake up and not remember what happened, which will prolong Jason's innocence being uh found out, because right now we're all waiting with bated breath hoping that Dante wakes up, but it's going to be some crap, just like when Ned fell, okay, and he became Eddie Main. We don't know what's going to happen when Dante wakes up and if he could just immediately exonerate Jason. Sometimes when people wake up from some type of injuries, they don't remember, so I'm really hoping they don't drag it out, but we'll just have to see. You know how soaps can be. Okay, I feel Sam knew all about the dangers that could happen. She begged and demanded to have Jason's baby. I see why she's mad about the secret, but everything else is hypocritical. Hey, I absolutely agree with you. I really do. Sam is no angel. So we're gonna tell it. A lot of fake Dante crap going around. So many sites posting. Yeah, a lot of sites. And Curtis is stupid believing Miss Wu. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's just clear that Jason's return, it's just a reminder that they don't know what's going on. They don't know where Jason has been. They don't know if Jason has changed. I think they have valid arguments and reasons to let me lotion my legs. I'm feeling a little ashy. I think they have valid reasons to kind of like be on the fence, like, okay, what's going on here? Like, where has he been? Like, why would he just disappear and stuff? I mean, Sam was going off. She was saying I had to pick up the pieces while you were gone. At the same time, this is the woman that kicked Jason out the house and told him not to come back anyways before he left. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. And we gonna go to Sunny real quick, okay? Because I ain't fully done with Sam, but I just gotta say this because somebody was saying that Sunny is the worst of them all. Let me tell you what Sunny said. Y'all heard what he said. Sunny sat there and said, I don't owe Jason anything. Excuse me? You don't owe Jason anything? Oh, you know what? How many times has Jason saved Sonny's life? Would Sonny even have an empire without Jason? How many times has Sonny gone off the rails and it was up to Jason to pull this man from off the edge and clean up his messes? Repeatedly, time and time again. But you don't owe this man nothing? Yes, Kaleidoscope West. He owes Jason everything. Even in this moment of uncertainty, you owe him everything. Every ounce of your loyalty. Jason never failed this man. Never. And that's what really... I'm just like, man, are you like, what's going on? Like, I understand like the speculation and everything, but let me tell you something. As soon as Michael walked in and told his father that Jason is down at the PCPD, Sonny should have did exactly what Sam did, caught his coat and got in that car and went straight up in his face to be like, did you shoot my son? Like he didn't even make it down to the PCPD. What, Sonny? What is going on? What? Can we wait? What is going on? Is it the Nixon Falls? Is he still salty that Jason was about to have Carly? I really don't think that's fair because you know what? It's not. And Ava, you little heifer ass instigator. First of all, let me just say Ava is just extremely beautiful. Okay, she is a very beautiful woman. Okay, but girl, you are such a damn instigator. Oh, it's just clear that you can't trust Jason. You don't know him anymore. You ain't never known him a day in your life except when you thought he was patient 6. Girl, even trying. Yeah, what? He's not even trying at all. Like, not at all. Not at all. Yes, exactly. Can we talk about that? The fact that Jason was actually going to give it a shot with Carly, but then he walked in on what Sonny was doing with Carly. Okay, so let's not act like you didn't take that woman from your best friend to begin with. Like, who the hell are you? Ava is something. Yes, Ava looks gorgeous now. We ain't gonna front. Ava looks gorgeous trying to get Sonny and Nina's in bed, getting Sonny's beast so Nina can kill her. I was thinking that because I was like, Ava, okay, first of all, I'm not, am I the only one who catches this vibe? Sonny said that he was happy Ava was there. I feel like Ava, this is a terrible time to try and have some type of romantic feelings for Sonny. This is just not it, honey. First of all, Sonny is not healthy for anybody. Can we just be honest about that? He just really isn't. I feel like the healthiest he was with Carly. You understand what I'm saying? And then that whole Nixon Fall mess happened. So look, this ain't the time for you to be sitting there giving him looks of longing and all this other stuff because that man is just gonna use you. He's not in love with you. He's just happy that somebody is there and he's leaning on you because he doesn't trust anybody around him right now. And I really don't blame him when it comes to Michael. Oh God, if she gets pregnant. I don't really blame Sonny when it comes to Michael. Michael did that crap to himself and then go sit there and try to turn around. Oh, we were trying to protect you, Dad. No, the heck you weren't. You were trying to send your dad to prison. I would keep you away from me too. You understand? He has every right to say what he said about Michael. He tripping. You understand? So I get why Sonny is like, I don't know who to like really trust, right now because my wife was on some ish, my son was on some ish, my ex-wife, though I don't blame Carly for nothing. I can't tell if Ava is playing Sonny or not. She could be playing the ultimate hustle. If Ava is playing Sonny, what do you think her angle is? Do you think she's trying to dethrone him and take over the mob? Ava sees Sonny is weak and fun to play with. Okay, Sandy. I could totally. I'd rather her be playing with Sonny than for her to actually be developing some type of romantic feelings. I don't want. No, don't do it, honey. We don't need another damsel in distress up underneath Sonny. And you ain't no damsel, Ava. You just know this is just as long. I'd rather her be playing him because this is not. I believe you, Angela. They gonna forgive each other. He's just upset, just like Michael was. Just like Michael was. Sonny was wanting his forgiveness and his good graces and all that, and they got over it. Sonny and Michael would go over this time and time again. Oh, thanks, Freddie. You saw, yay! It is Layla's birthday. I just got done talking to her. She enjoyed her party at her dad's house. She's 7 years old. I think for all the times Michael has forgiven Sonny, I'm sorry. That he should always forgive Michael. Yeah, yeah. Ava probably working with Pikeman to bring Sonny down. Ooh, I'm still waiting for Nita to walk in on Ava and Sonny in bed. Please, you know what, child? I'm like, look, Ava, that's another reason. Okay, you remember that Nina is psychotic. Like, girl. Stop messing with this psychotic woman's husband. Actually, I want to see Nina go kind of psycho. Not on Sonny, but on Ava. And Nina, good Lord, could you please shut up about Sonny? God damn. Even in the face of Valentine, and Valentine is just singing her praises and throwing roses at her feet about how wonderfully marvelous she is. And she's still like, but what if Sonny saw the article? Like, girl, that man is going through some hell right now. Like, I mean, he really, she's like, my husband needs me right now. Ava, you gotta help me get closer to my husband. He needs me right now. He needs me right now. Girl, you need you right now. Okay? Girl, I don't know. Like, is it really that often that women are just that, like, gun-ho and dead? I just need her to go on and take care of herself. I don't even see how Sonny could even trust Ava after she killed Connie and messed with Morgan's mess. Yes. Oh my goodness. Again, it's one of the main reasons why I love soap opera. You said no one needs Sasquatch. It's one of the reasons why. It's one of the reasons why I love soaps because the longevity and you get to see the evolution of the stories and the character relationships. This one, I never would have thought that Sonny and Ava would get so close to the point where the two of them could possibly kiss. I'm so thankful it did not happen. Nina is pitiful. She still wants to be with a man that literally slammed the door in her face instead of thinking about her daughter and grandchildren. And that should be her focus. I feel like she has a better chance of getting in back in with Willow and her grandchildren than she does with Sunny. And if that man wants you, then let him come for you. I cannot say this enough. It's like something that I'm learning every day. But like, let that man come to you. And I just don't think that with what he's going through with his son, that it's a good time. She just needs to chill. Like, somebody give this woman a Xanax, okay? Like, girl, this is just not the time. This is just not the time. He's worried about his son. Back off. He knows your number. It hasn't. What do we think about Drew and Nina? So Drew has baited Nina into possibly coming back and working for Crimson. But Sonny wasn't mad at Nina for keeping him a secret and allowing Charlie. Right, Vladiscope. Not only that, but I peeped the previews for the court case, and I believe we talked about this in the last live stream, that a lot of people were saying, and I don't think they're in the chat tonight, duality, but we were talking about how Christina is very close to Nina and that she's probably not going to go off on Nina for what she did to Sonny. And I saw in the previews that Nina and Christina are actually sitting with each other at Jason's arraignment. Drew can go out of town. You think Drew's going to get back with Jordan? Gonna be quick. He's gonna get. Do you believe Jason's going to get bail? I hope he does. It would be a lot more fun if Jason got bail, but I'm really on the fence about that. Did you see a spoiler that says he's going to get bail? You said they're gross. Nina needs to back off. She's so sorry. She's so relentless, and that's her problem. Oh goodness, Nina. Do you think that's her? What does everyone think Nina's problem is? Is it the trauma? Is like her relentlessness? Or me? It's just I feel like she's so self-absorbed that she pummels over everyone else's mental, emotional, physical needs. It's not that she can't be awesome, but when she gets a grudge, she grinds it so bad. I mean, like, ooh, you, Ronald, are going to get Jason off somehow. I wonder. I like her with Silas when she came on, but that's it. That woman, I am interested to see what Drew has up his sleeve when it comes to Nina, and why he was sitting there working to have her come back. I saw the scenes, but I think it kind of went over my head. It's an interesting dynamic to see those two play off of each other. I wonder where it's going to go. He mentioned something about maybe Carly possibly working with her on something, but I thought Carly was completely out. And when I think was completely out. But definitely let's get Offer Crimson to Maxie. Yeah. So we still have some talk to do about Jason, but speaking of Crimson, that was a very interesting meeting with Deception. A very interesting meeting. So Sasha went to a photo shoot and she was not giving the look that they needed for the shoot. So it pretty much got canceled. This happened at, while there was a meeting going on in the offices with Tracy, Brooklyn, Spinelli, what is his name, Cody, and Maxie. So, of course, Tracy ended up having to leave because of what was going on at the hospital. What do you think about Dex becoming a cop? We got to talk about that. Christina and Nina are just alike, and that's why she didn't go off on her, and she wants her still with her dad. Lucy was acting the fool. What do you think of Lucy's opinion, though? Well, girl, why was I agreeing with Lucy but also loving Maxie's vibe? Andrew, I'm here for it. Vladiscope, wait, let me know what you got to say about Lucy, because I maybe Lucy's approach could have been better, but I understand what she was saying. I think that there needs to be more than one face of deception. She's absolutely right. There needs to be more than one face because Sasha can't do it all. It just makes sense. However, I guess I wasn't expecting Sasha to quit. However, given the history of things that have gone on, maybe a different path for Sasha makes sense now at this point. It's a lot better than seeing her go down the path of drugs again. I'm sorry, but Lucy is a mess. Always fast forward through her scenes. Um, so I just thought that Lucy made a good point. You agree with Lucy? It was just the argument got like way off, and folks was taking jabs at each other. She was sitting there talking about my company. Brooklyn's like, this is my grandmother's company and stuff like that. And if I'm leaving or leaving and stuff like that, I'm gonna run it past her. You can't fire me. They could have calmed down and talked about it later, like Maxie suggested, but Lucy wanted to be messy in the moment for control. You ain't wrong about that. You are not wrong about that. Do you believe that if they would have been able to back off, that it would have changed Sasha's mind? I feel like Sasha was dead set after what Cody said to go ahead and quit. Maxie's let's move back and table this came a little too late because Cody had already said what he had said. Cody leaving the show for a while to go film his new show. He could stay gone, in my opinion, especially if they ain't going to go ahead and reveal that he's Mac's son. Like if they're not gonna reveal he's Mac's son, I don't really like Cody. Nina's about to go back to her crazy ways. But that was a very interesting meeting. Did Tracy make it back to the meeting? I don't think she did. I believe she left because there was drama going on at the hospital with some of the meds being missing because the count was off. I have to say how good Maxie looked that day. She does. She does look good. Hold on, let me see. I think maybe Sasha wouldn't have quit immediately. She might have stayed dutifully until they found someone else. I was bringing up the points in the correct, while Blunt actually looking out for Sasha, talking about the terms and stock value. Sasha had her mind made up by that point. You said, please don't come back. But they had the missing met, and I remember Blaze saying he wanted. I know. And I hope he beats it. I would be so heartbroken because I don't think I'm alone in this, but I absolutely can never accept a Mac Scorpio recast. I don't like no. It's John York, okay? And I pray that he recovers because I definitely don't want to recap, and I certainly don't want, like, oh, they decide to reveal it after Mac's passing or something. So I pray that he recovers and that he makes his return. You say you didn't care for Christina's clothes today, but uh, yes, absolutely. So I pray that he's able to recover and return. I can only imagine. I don't think GH would recast Mac. Praying for him. I mean, it's been decades since he's been on the shows. What, 90s? Yeah, definitely 90s. He's an absolute vet. But hey, if you would have told me they would have recasted Jason Morgan, I would have been like, what? That's the only never ever should have done that. Rest in peace, Billy Miller. It's not your fault. He's doing well. Okay, that's good. You said Laura needs a haircut. But what was I? So the meds at the hospital, Spinelli was able to hack the mainframe to go ahead and make it appear that there was a miscount or everything was fine. That's why Tracy went to the hospital. I'm glad that nobody really noticed Willow over there freaking out. Hold on, let me sit up in here and get some support. Willow low-key freaking out. John Jingleheimer Schmidt, or shall we call you Jagger, ex-Jagger. Let me tell you something. This man is a trip. Sorry, the comments keep. Oh, Freddie. I don't like Jagger Malibu Ken. Oh. Hey, Judy. Jagger needs to go. I think he brings an interesting dynamic to the show due to the character's history. What really I have to say that I enjoyed his scenes, not so much because of him per se, but because of our established cast that he was interacting with. Brooklyn, I may have talked about this last week, but Brooklyn, baby, I absolutely love how she threw her weight around. When she came home to talk to Chase, she wanted to go immediately off about it, but she stopped and she listened to her man talk about his feelings about what's going on with his partner and how he's feeling about it. Then she went off about how she threatened a federal agent, and I thought that was awesome. Then we have Jagger interacting with Anna, and this was after Anna talked to Dex. We're gonna get to Dex and Joselyn, but Anna and John Jagger, they had a conversation about Sonny. He is not a good Jagger. Jagger acts like he wants Carly. And this Jagger Jason Pikeman is interesting. She was snaps for that. Absolute snaps. I just love to see the Quartermains be Quartermains and protect one another. It was awesome. What bug did Monica catch? I don't believe they said. And Anna and Jagger scenes, those were good scenes, and how they were talking about things, kind of history. Jagger and Carly do have chemistry. I will say that those were some fire scenes. I absolutely love our Carly. I love that she can go toe to toe with people and not get discouraged or pushed back. I absolutely love that she called him out, sitting there talking about, he was like, oh, I can't imagine he would become this Jason Morgan from Jason Quartermain. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, Jagger John, whatever she called him. Like, yeah, don't act like you don't go around here changing identities. At least in Jason's case, he really does not remember who he was from before. You have all your memories. You just sitting there talking about, I'm John. You still want Carly and Brennan. Do you think he'll come back? Was Brennan involved in the Pikeman situation? You said Malibu Ken is trash. Nobody cares about Destin Joss. Did you all enjoy Anna and Jason's scenes? Joss is beautiful. You said Angela said nobody cares. Well, Angela, I guess you're right, because really, honestly, all they ever do is have sex. But I am very jealous because that's, I wouldn't mind having sex as much as they do. But anyway, that's another conversation. Brennan was involved in Pac-Man. I thought Anna and Jagger was going to sleep together. Oh, thank God she didn't. And Anna and Jason scenes. I was so happy that, because first of all, when Jason, let's back all the way up. So Jason was still in the boathouse for a while. Nobody that wasn't supposed to find him found him. Danny got to visit with his dad. We talked about that during the last live stream. Willow was very stressed, so Michael went to talk to Jason, and he was going to see about helping Jason run. Jason decided he's not going to run. He's going to, and I was so happy when he called Diane, and Diane was like, what took you so long? I was concerned that Diane wouldn't be able to represent Jason because of a conflict of interest with Sonny. I wonder if that's going to come up at some point, but Sonny didn't seem too concerned about the Diane part. When he was talking to Michael, he told Michael, Diane will handle it. Diane will, help, get Jason. Diane will do that. So I was very happy to see that phone call, and, that Jason took that move. And that was very good. At least hopefully Willow and them can calm down. Jason did not tell on them. When Jagger came in to question him, it's just so different, because that is the first time I believe all of us have witnessed Jason speak to law enforcement without his attorney. You say, I don't understand why Jason won't tell Diane everything she should know since it involves the feds. Yes, got a client attorney privilege. She's not going to tell anyone. If anything, he would be safest with her than even with Anna. And I was just like, wow, he's talking to this man without counsel. Get the freak out of here. And yes, she absolutely schooled Chase because Chase was like, I want to book him and everything. And she was like, look, if you don't let me talk to my client, we're going to make this very difficult for you. Okay. Because, Diane will quickly talk about, I am filing a lawsuit against this entire department for bias against my client. You know how she loves to do that. Um, Jason cannot say much because of the leverage over him. You are right, Ronald. And whatever, I guess, whatever things he has done. I want to know who has the RICO charges. Yeah. Like, wow. That was a change for Jason. How times have changed. I know that must have been hard for him to do. Very hard. He even spoke to Anna without counsel. And I'm glad that Jason didn't give up Michael and Willow and Danny. We knew he wouldn't. Absolutely didn't give up Carly. It just made me cringe a little bit because I'm used to Jason not lying. But because it's Jagger, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because you're using that man. And then apparently Jagger knew that Jason was being sent on that for that hit on Sunny. I just don't understand. What did you think? What did you think? You must have done your research and your history, and you know these people. So why on earth, like, what is Jagger? Is Jagger really an FBI agent? Is he the one working for Pikeman? Like, so we don't know for sure that the RICO charges are Jason's. Sam made you mad. Jason would have chased a, you're no match for him. Sam went off on him. He will sacrifice himself yet again. You don't think they're on Jason, not even to his lawyer? Maybe she could figure out a way to get the leverage null and void or something. The only issue that I have, like, I mean, Jason could tell Diane everything. The only issue is that everything, I don't know if everything falls. I don't know if everything falls underneath. They're focusing on one aspect of everything that Jason is going through and everything that Jason revealed to Anna. They're focusing on the Dante shooting. That's what they're focusing on. And I guess they're semi focusing on, and then the subtopic is the fact that he was seen on a roof with a fellow guy who had a sniper rifle who was trying to take out Sonny Corinthos. So for that, that's what they're focusing on. Jason should have tear broke me. That's what they're focusing on. So all of the extra stuff, I don't like with the FBI and everything. It's like, yes, all of that is valid. All of that is valid, but we're gonna talk about that. But it's at the same time, it's like it still doesn't clear up. There's no, unless they can find a witness that can confirm that Jason didn't shoot Dante. I mean, that's the only person that can exonerate him at this point would have to be Dante himself. So that's the only issue with all of that extra stuff is true, and Jason could use that. I mean, somehow, some way. But they're focusing on him shooting a cop and then him being seen on the roof with the sniper and the rifle. So, and with them having gotten rid of the body of the person who did shoot Dante, that makes it, obviously far more difficult. But again, with Anna and Jason scenes, that was so wonderful. It's a testament to their relationship and the growth. And also a lot of Robin mentions going on, and how many of them, of course, love and respect Robin. I mean, those are her parents. And because Jason means so much to her, it has afforded him a lot of grace when it comes to her parents, and how, especially their stature when it comes to law enforcement in that town and in the WSB period. So just want to remind you all, you never know who you're connected to. You never know who you're connected to, and you never know how your relationships could affect your future. And Robert decided he had to back up off of this. He said, I'm too much of a coward to have to try this and then talk to our daughter about it, because she loves Jason. I can't do that. What?
said, I don't want to have to hear from Robin about this one, so I'm gonna put it all on Molly. I'm surprised they would let Molly sit there and do that, considering the history that she has with Jason and that he's her former brother-in-law. But I guess if any time to prove yourself, it's now. But I was kind of surprised. I was thinking that somebody should ask somebody else to do it. That was just my opinion on that. But I'm very glad with Jason's transparency, especially when Anna brought up the fact of who his real identity is. And of course, it slipped my mind again that Jason heard the name Jagger, that he doesn't remember because of the accident. I was like, of course. I don't know why I just assumed that he knew that it was Jagger. Why would he just know that that was Jagger? Jason Morgan never met Jagger, so that makes sense. Then we have, of course, we talked about Sam coming to see him. Carly showed up at the PCPD, but she did not make it in to see Jason. I'm a little bummed. I wanted more scenes with them. But we did get Sam and Jason. So again, she said that she believed him. I think what upset her was that in her eyes from a mother, he told their son to lie to her. And then it seemed as though he implicated his son in something that could cause harm in the criminal system and everything like that. Just to Sam, it didn't seem as though Jason allowing Danny to help him was safe for Danny. And just all that extraness, though. And Jason, of course, is just going along with everything. What I absolutely wholeheartedly don't agree with is her telling Jason to stay away from Danny. Yeah, Jason did. I absolutely do not agree with you, Sam, on that. I don't. Many people said it in the comments before this moment, that how badly Sam was begging and wanting to have Jason's baby. And I don't care what this man is going through. You knew who this man was. Absolutely knew who this man was when you wanted to have his babies and all of that and stuff like that. And she did admit, I don't know if Jason's changed. I don't know if I've changed, what it is, but she's like, her trust in him is broken. I'm like, whoa. And then she's saying, like, he's not here for us and to do, to protect us. Whoa. I'm just like, oh my gosh. How do we know that Jason being away and trying to keep these RICO charges away wasn't his way of trying to protect them? I mean, there's probably more to be said, but you're not even seeking to investigate and get those answers. She just went completely off. Though I will say I appreciate, and I think it was a wise choice, even though it didn't go over well with Sam, that Jason told her the truth. I was not expecting that because I was wondering in the previews why on earth she went off like that. Yes, I think the actor who plays Danny was good. Danny is going to go off on Sam if he keeps her away from his dad. I think that's going to cause further tension. Yeah, Danny should absolutely have a voice. I believe he'll find his voice. And Sam is just going to have to back off because eventually, he's going to be his own person. And I think it was absolutely wrong of her to tell him to stay away, and for Sam to make it, to kind of put that on Danny, her feelings completely about his father, instead of saying, do you want to see your father? Do you want to know? I also want to point out that the mothers of Jason's children, they were doing quite a bit of I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry to their children. What do you think about that? This is not the Sam we know. Sam has definitely evolved over the years. I will say that. She has certainly evolved. I don't think Sam and Elizabeth are on the same page now. I don't think that it's I think that it's natural progression after everything that Sam has experienced when it comes to Jason, his initial disappearance, and then thinking that she got him back and it was really Drew settling her into a quiet life. Then Jason comes back and it was just kind of a bizarre reconnection, so it's just, and then they broke up, and then she went with Dante, and their life is much quieter. So Sam is definitely more tamed than she was when we first met her in 2003. And I don't think that that's bizarre, as I think it's just the natural progression. It may not have happened if Jason hadn't disappeared that first time. I don't think it would have, or maybe eventually it would have gotten to her as the kids got older. So there's really no telling. But I just noticed that both Elizabeth and Sam were doing a whole lot of apologizing for these kids. To be, they both wanted to have Jason's baby, and then they both were and then Jake sitting there talking about my dad is a psycho and all. Do we have patience for the kids? Do we have patience for Jake? Do we have patience for Jake? I mean, I will forgive the youngins. Liz was about to buy Jake a puppy. Yeah, Sam is a more mature. What I will say is the parent, you can definitely tell the different parenting styles of the women on the show when it relates to Jason and how they talk to their kids about Jason. Um, oh yeah, did you see how his emotion about hearing about Britt died? No patience for Jake. But Jason got hit with some blows, like, I mean, hearing about what happened to Britt, I'm sad she's not around for him to be back, but and then of course, Angela said it, but seeing Jason tear up with the words that Monica wrote him, it was simple but very effective, and he absolutely needed that. Absolutely needed that. Out of character for Sam. I I really, Sam isn't evolved. She's Angela. You think Dante the cop got it like that? What was I about to say? Oh my goodness. No, Angela distracted the heck out of me with that. But oh yes, Sabrina. I believe Sam would probably had gone down the road of questioning Jason if Jason hadn't thrown that Danny thing in her face. And I think that's what distracted her and she saw red. I would, like, for real. I mean, I don't know if anyone else agrees, but if Jason hadn't made that point, and the converse and Sam would have been allowed to continue talking to Jason, I think that she would have, like, eventually been like, "Where have you been? Like, what happened? What's going on?" But she just saw completely red after she heard her son was involved in his shenanigans, and I can't be too completely upset. Wait until he hears about Epiphany and Spencer. I don't. Will Jason care about Spencer? I don't really think Jason will care about Spencer. Maybe a shed a tear for Epiphany. I don't think he'll care about Spencer. Then we have okay, so we have everyone just immediately thinking, not everyone, but most folks thinking that Jason's immediately guilty. Molly Lansing, I love how balanced she is. Um, right. I wonder if he will be. Oh, Duality, you're here. So what was I thinking about? What was I saying? I appreciate Molly's balance and level head in this. Her banter and back and forth with Christina, though Christina is annoying me because as you all mentioned, and even Molly was like, he got you out of dawn of day. Like, this is that man. However, I do understand where Christina's coming from. Would care because that's Sonny's nephew and Courtney's son, but they don't have a relationship. I believe he'd care, but I don't think he'd cry. And I just don't think that Spencer's death would hit him as much as hearing about Bobby, hearing about Britt, and hearing about Epiphany. But I don't know what he would even do with that, and with everything that's going on. Christina saying, like, father like daughter. Well, we all know that Christina is down. We know that Christina is totally down for her dad. Seems like both Molly and Christina did one of these since their last discussion. Well, I will agree with that because I believe last week when we talked, Christina Christina was more what she was more, she wasn't completely like Jason's innocent, but she was more in the middle to say everyone has a right, innocent until proven guilty. She had more of that approach when talking to Danny. That's what I remember. Then but I believe that we also had scenes with Christina and Sonny. And of course, Christina was championing her dad and how great of a dad he is. They were talking about Dante and memories and something about how Dante broke his leg or some other, thing. I will say that I enjoy Lexi's version of Christina. She was more neutral. I can't stand that daddy son girl. But I do like the maturity that I'm sorry, not Lexi. What is this woman's name? I know this woman's name. I do like the maturity of this Christina. I do. The other Christina was fine. There's nothing wrong with either one of them. If Kate Mancy, thank you. If Lexi came back to play Christina, I would be thrilled. Either way, it's just a nice transition to this one. She didn't come in and play Christina and be like, oh my God, who is this? Was talking to Anna. Oh, hold on. I'm so sorry. Lexi too mature for the role now. You're probably right. And she breakdown writer. No, I didn't know that. So yeah, but I think the banter back and forth to show both sides was needed. And I'm glad that they both backed off. But I was annoyed with Christina when she was like, oh, see, you're just trying to make up in your head that all these ways to prove that Jason is innocent and you need to do your job. I'm like, girl, if you don't get your butt out of here, sitting there working at a bar, sitting there pregnant with your sister's baby that you are way too attached to. I think Kate plays the version of Chrissy based on the direction of the writers. I mean, of the character. Well, obviously, absolutely. And every actor is going to bring their own nuances to the role, and some people just can't act very well. So I did see the scenes with Sonny and Blaze's mother, and Lexi does, but to me, I don't feel as though they need to bring Lexi back to stabilize the character with Kate Mancy in the role. I feel like Kate Mancy is probably by far the best recast or progression in casting for Christina that we've ever seen. That's just my personal opinion. I think there was only one other Christina besides Lexi, and that was I don't remember her name, but she played in the year 2012. I believe that was when Christina had her Trey Day. But I don't believe that. I believe that if Kate Mancy left the role, oh, I know you're not. I believe if Kate Mancy left the role, I would love to see Lexi return. But I think that she's definitely a great progression for the character. Definitely. So someone had mentioned earlier in the comments about, and I'm probably going off topic here, about Trina and how Trina this week. So we did get to see more of her. I did see those scenes where my princess era. I did see those scenes where Nina came into the gallery being crazy Nina, pushing all of her problems on top of Ava and trying to make it Ava's responsibility to help her get her husband back. And I just like we've already talked about this, like Nina's just way too wired up about this man, and she just really needs to get her own identity, or something like. And the thing is that she is successful. She is a badass at her job. I mean, we all know, we keep hearing about what she did with Crimson and stuff like that. But girl, you just got to do something about your obsession with Sonny. I think that this should be a welcomed break to air things out and to gain some perspective, but she has such tunnel vision. And I did see Trina in the gallery that day. She did look concerned when she saw Ava was leaving to, leaving out with Nina. And then also we had Ava show up at the hospital with Sunny. She did mention Nina's name, and then Sunny was like, "Don't mention that name around me. Don't do that." And, she was just like, "Oh, I'll just stay here and be quiet and stand here while you, sit with Dante, I guess." And Trina, I'm trying to remember what's okay. So Trina got into it with Joselyn about Jason. They need to give Trina more storylines, not just moping around about Spencer. Ava's playing a dangerous game. So Trina got into an argument with Joselyn because, with Jason being back, of course, conspiracies are flying, and both her and Curtis were discussing whether or not Jason was the one who took out the hit. Jason confirmed during his conversation with Anna that he was not the one, he was not there for that. So we know that, but they don't know that. So the fact that they were talking about it, even though Mrs. Wu put that in his mind, at least it was still a reasonable assumption that Jason could have been behind it. And I guess that's why people are questioning, because it's like, what was Jason doing up there with somebody who was taking a shot at Sunny? What the heck? So they got into that argument. It wasn't amazing. I don't I absolutely don't like the dialogue because it showed her unhealthy relationship with Spencer. I think she's outgrown him. It's definitely a possibility. What I will say, you remember Cindy Michaela? I would talk all the time. I'd be like, who did that girl's hair? I absolutely love how they did that girl's hair. I will say the same thing about I don't know how to say her name, but the actress. Oh my, I heard that he unfollowed people in General Hospital, but I don't know what for. Oh wow, I'm gonna have to go and snoop on that article. And but I love I like who does her weaves. You used to yell, "Where is Trina? I want Trina. Where's Trina?" Yes, I did. I did. But I really miss Sydney Michaela. And I did used to yell, "Where is Trina?" At least they brought her back to the forefront where she is still dealing with her grief over Spencer. We can't overlook this part of her life, and I guess I was kind of looking over it a little bit. I was like, "Oh, okay, she's still all right." And whoever does her sew-ins or whatever you want to call that, I don't think it's a lace front. Whoever does her sew-ins is doing a fabulous job. Let me just say that. And her wardrobe has definitely gotten better than when she first started, because I remember we were sitting there cutting up when she first came on, like, who girl, who put that lampshade on you? I could have sworn. I specifically remember episode it looked like she was wearing a lampshade, okay? But she got into it with Joselyn, and then Aunt Stella gives her words of wisdom and everything like that. So you are right. At least we are seeing Trina. They haven't completely gotten rid of her. I wonder what direction Trina's gonna go in now. Um, I'm gonna have to look at that. Sprina versus Jex, really? Original. Oh, so Nicholas Chavez, he still has a contract, so he absolutely will be coming back. Oh, you're over the grieving scenes? I saw a lot of people sitting there clowning the scenes of Trina at the empty grave of Spencer. I have more fire. I don't think the scenes of her being at the grave and talking to the grave were bad. I can relate, not to the body not being in the ground that I'm standing on, but I can relate to that because when my mother and brother and nephew died, they were all buried right around one another, and I, especially when my mother first died, I went there and I would talk to her. So I don't see what everyone was eye rolling it for. It seemed pretty normal to me, something that I've done personally. So I didn't really get the weird feedback on that. Yeah, I'm not sure how long. Okay. You think, wait, did they really bury six, did they really dig 6 feet? I thought it was just a plaque. Did I miss that? Good Lord. Anyway, I know that I've talked about a lot. One thing that's going on is that Gregory is getting worse. He has ALS. What is his life expectancy at this point? Is there absolutely no chance for him to recover? Look, I'm ignorant. I'm going to admit it. I've heard of ALS, but I have not done the research. So is he's absolutely dying? Like there's nothing that can be done? Like, I mean, he just, oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh, no, why no Tracy and Greg scenes lately? Tracy has been so busy around Canvas. I think she's just been busy handling business. She's been visiting the hospital. She went to check on Dante because Olivia was at the house. Those were great scenes. And then, she went to the stables, talked to Cody, talked to James. Then she went to Crimson. Then she went to the hospital. It just seems as though Tracy's just been busy handling business. It's probably why they haven't had scenes. But oh my gosh, so he's really, oh, he's dying. I'm. Oh, you said. Oh, good night, Freddie. You said you ready for Gregory to go. When is the wedding now? Tuesday. Yeah, he told them to push it up, and Gregory told them to back off. I was like, oh, good Lord. I think it's super for long to save him. You said you glad Gregory's on his way out. He'll be dead before the year is out. I just wonder how much more, like, right now he's on a cane. Is it going to get to a point where he's not able? I mean, I'm gonna have to do my research to see how they're gonna play it. They are having it now at Crackle Barrel. Look, let's not sleep on Crackle Barrel, okay? My daddy used to work there as a maintenance man, all right? There's probably so much more to say. I do want to say that I think I know Elizabeth and Sam are great moms. And before, what I was trying to say about the how each of the mothers are different, Carly's approach is more matter of fact, whereas Elizabeth is more so, she likes to cater to the boys. And I don't know about Sam's style. I wouldn't say she's like, she's more like, like, oh, I'm so sorry, like Elizabeth is. But I just would, it would just be great if the women who had children by Jason were more matter of fact when it came to standing their ground for him when it came to their children. And that fight between Danny and Jake, ooh, I was happy that Danny punched Jake in his face. I was like, boy, if you don't shut up, and stuff. I mean, just automatically, like, of course he's guilty. Of course he is. Yeah, bro, like, come on. You children. The only other thing that I want to discuss before Aiden was shaking, the only other thing I want to discuss before we end the live stream is Dex and Joselyn. As we saw, Dex has gone into, Daddy. Dex has gone in to see Anna and he told everything. How do we feel about Dex at this moment? And I mean, are we in support of what he did? Can Dex just go? I would love to discuss Dex anytime. How do we feel about his actions? Was it a smart move? I don't believe Sonny will kill him at this point, especially if he decides to become a cop. I mean, at that point, I'm not saying that Sonny hasn't touched cops. I'm so that has Sonny killed cops? I can't be like, oh yes, he killed that cop. But I think that Dex would be a bit safer from Sonny. But that was a complete betrayal. A complete betrayal. However, this man was working undercover to try to take out his organization from the inside. So did Sonny ever truly have Dex's loyalty? So of course he flipped on him. Dex was never a cold-hearted, blooded mobster. So I can certainly understand why Sonny is on edge and not knowing who he can turn to and who he can trust. Wait till he see Dex in a blue uniform for the PCPD. I don't know that Anna will disclose everything that Dex told her because I mean, I don't know, but Dex just went all up in there like, "Oh, I'm willing to testify. I'm willing to testify." Then we have Joselyn. She had her moment with her mom to be like, "Oh, I just didn't know that Dex would go that far. I just didn't know that he would go that far." Jocelyn, you know you about to get back together with this man, so stop it. Especially when you find out he a cop, girl, you gonna want him to strap out that daggone hospital. Oh, sorry, hospital. Out that daggone police outfit. You gonna want him to strap. So, girl, go ahead and go to the ATM, get your ones and your 20s and your fives, okay, and just make it rain on him when he get home. Make it rain. Girl, make that shit rain. What's wrong with you? You said Josh makes zero sense. You lost respect for Dex when he described Cyrus as an old man. Where is Cyrus? Cyrus has been quiet lately. I think Dex will go to the police academy. He certainly isn't and has never been loyal to Sonny. Hey, Krista, you ain't told no lies. Yeah, scrap. Girl, you know that's all they gonna be doing is sitting there hunching. Like, girl, like that's all she gonna do is sit there and go and have sex with Dex. That's it. He wouldn't have told Anna if Nina didn't tell Joss what he almost did to Cyrus. Yeah, Nina, see you, Nina, you making even more problems for your husband who needs you so badly. Just sit your butt down somewhere. I would be so shocked at the day that Nina chills out. I don't know if it'll ever come, but she is completely bonkers over Sunny and has not mentioned anything about her daughter and grandkids. How long has it been? How many weeks has it been since Nina is an awful mob wife? How many weeks has it been since Nina even mentioned her daughter and grandkids? Right. Carly's a great mom. I'm not so much rating as I definitely see the differences in how, well, not so much the differences in parenting, but it's interesting that the two women who do have children with Jason are, their faith in him is so easily shaken, but Carly is just a completely different story anyway. Her relationship with Jason. Well, okay, let me stop because Jason has been more unwavering in his support of Carly. Hey, David, he's been more unwavering in his support of Carly than he ever has been when it comes to Elizabeth and Sam. He has had to leave Elizabeth and Sam for the sake of Carly. So never mind. Never mind. Never mind on that. That's all right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me on tonight's live stream. I will be back very soon. The plan is to do this every Wednesday because I definitely know I don't have my daughter. Next week is my last week here in this space. I will be moving the following week. So in 2 Wednesdays, you will get to see, I will be able to take you on a tour to show you where we're living. What a blessing. Like, what a blessing. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know that I'll, when I'll be able to get my own place again, and it's just a complete blessing. So thank you all so much for joining me on the live stream. Let me just see. Yeah, their relationship is solid. Ava knows Nina can't cut it as a mob wife. You're right, duality. Hey, KB, thank you. Thank you all so much. Yeah, thank you, duality. And I will see you all next week. And be safe. Just, I hope to see you all here again next week. Just be safe. Take good care of yourselves, okay?